I honestly expected nobody. There's a Packers game. There's a worldwide pandemic. I don't know if you follow the news. There's an election that looks like it's going to turn into a civil war tomorrow. And you guys still showed up. You guys are pretty much like the Titanic's sinking, and you guys stopped to watch the violin player. And you're like, well, let's hear him out, you know? What's up, everybody? Just landed here in Appleton, Wisconsin, and just got in my rental car, and you know, normal stuff, just rubbing Purell on the steering wheel and on the gear shift. Just, yeah, everything's normal. Everything's perfectly fine. We don't have a president, or we do, but we don't know who the next one is or if it's the same one. And that was really erotic, the way I lubed up that gear shift. Anyway, I'm excited. I get to do live comedy in a comedy club, where in San Diego, that's highly illegal. It's good. It's good to be here. You got a nice little photo of me? Was that looking good? Alright. Just want to make sure I'm looking sleek in them, you know? I'm never ready for the photo. Anytime someone just quickly grabs it, I'm always just like and they're like, why didn't you retweet the thing I did? And I'm like, well, because I look like a foot in that photo. There we are. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my hotel room. I am all dressed up for the cold weather because we're going outside. Look at this big, dumb, beautiful lake. Look at that. It is Midwest paradise right there. Go get a few steps in, so later we can pump ourselves full of cheese. Look at this beautiful lake. Something about water. It's very therapeutic, you know? It's there for you, no matter what you need. You need a drink of water, life's getting rough, you want to drown yourself, it's all there. I just walked by two people. They both smiled and said hello. That is so creepy. Don't talk to me. We don't know each other. You guys set me up for. They say that's the Midwest friendliness, which I think is genuine. But because I live in a real city, I feel like it isn't. Man, this is fun. You guys are friendly. So many people smile in your state. It's creepy. Everyone's so friendly here. I went for a walk around that lake over there, and like people just not only hello and eye contact, but a raised hand. Hi, hi there. That is so weird where I come from. Like the first person, I was like, oh, like it made me grab my cell phone. Like that's what it did. I was like, and I realized it's just nice. That's how it is here. I didn't realize it, but I picked a good place to come on the weekend that the Civil War might start. You know? You know, if there is a part of the country I could pick, I'm going to pick a place where people are like, hi! What's happening? Good morning. All right. Everyone's friendly. Oh no, there's more people. Is there anyone behind me? Listen to those crows cawing. Even they're saying hello. Everything is so damn friendly here. It's so weird to do this by myself. Last time I did one of these videos, Emma was here, so I look like less of a lunatic filming myself. But when you're doing it by yourself, oh boy, do I feel self-conscious. Good. Yeah, this is the first part of the day that I haven't been staring at a map of the United States, so this is nice. I feel like I could point out each state, just like by closing my eyes. Pennsylvania, Nevada. Never looked at a map that long before. It's crazy. I like elections, man. This is swing states, time to shine. You know, you guys got your moment in the sun. Earlier in the week, it was Florida, which Florida is like America's stepdad. You know, like we'd never love them, we like treat them on a case-by-case situation. Like, we're never going to accept them as part of the family, but if they do something good, we'll be like, you're alright. You're still not in the photo, but you're alright. That's how we treat Florida. Man, it was crazy. I watched all of it, and I don't know. They're still counting. From Tuesday, I think this is what happens when you just keep telling people to go vote. Well, everyone voted. Should have hired more counters, apparently. You guys will remember that for 2024. A little hush-hush on everyone go out and vote, alright? Maybe keep it to one tweet. Maybe just one tweet. Instead of a giant campaign, because everyone went and voted, and they're like, this is too many votes. I don't know. We're supposed to do all these votes, man. I feel bad for the people counting them, because like, I was picturing like me in that, you know, and I suck at counting. And some of those places, like people are coming up to protest, like banging on the windows, like stop the count, that would mess me up. You know, they're probably making the count take longer. Like if I was in there counting, like, well, Biden, Trump, 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh? Oh, it's a lunatic? I lost the count. You gotta start over. It's gonna take all week. It's nice, man. It's good. I don't know what the outcome is gonna be. It seems like it's going one way. It seems like there's gonna be a lawsuit. I don't know. Maybe we'll come. I don't know. Someone's gonna try to sue themselves into the White House. I feel like if that was possible, Hillary would have done it in 2016, but I mean, give it a shot, sure.
You know what I did find at this park that I wasn't expecting to? Frisbee golf. I didn't know weed was legal in Wisconsin. Where are the dispensaries? They would not have these if weed was not legal. That is a game you only play stoned with friends or drunk, but it's better stoned. If you're drunk, it's gonna mess up your follow through. Stoned, bullseye every time.
It was good. I got up early this morning. Did anyone hear me on the radio this morning? On the Rick and Lamb show that I woke up very early to go do? I could have slept in a lot more. But they said it would really help ticket sales if you woke up very early. Even though you're going to stay up late, you're going to wake up early and say, nobody? Alright, just checking. I woke up early and made that hotel room coffee. You know? You ever stay in that creepy little machine that you can't buy anywhere? It's not even a name brand machine, it's just a piece of plastic. And they're like, you want a coffee but not put pants on? And you're like, yeah, I do. I gave that a go. I don't know what they sprinkle in that, but I was like, hell yeah! Half a cup, and I'm like, let's do this radio call. Because I had to call in, and I didn't even, they said, call this number, and if they don't pick up, call this another number. And they didn't pick up either one, so I called the first number again. That's how bad I wanted it. That's how much coffee was coursing through my veins. I'm like, Appleton's gonna hear me on the radio. This is gonna happen. I have things to say.
I made it to this wonderful part of the park right here. Great view of my hotel. Courtyard Marriott, baby. Silver Elite member. By the way, this isn't an advertisement. This isn't a paid ad, but if anyone knows Mr. and Mrs. Marriott, put in a good word. Big fan of their Mediterranean grain bowls in the lobby. It's a tasty nugget. It isn't, but when you're traveling, a lot of things that taste like trash taste good because you're just homesick.
So I'm gonna go up and do that. Last time I was here, I Googled what there is to do in Wisconsin, in Appleton, and one of the top 10 things that came up was go to the Harry Houdini Museum. And so I came out on Thursday night, the first night of the weekend I was here, and I'm like, hey, tomorrow I'm gonna check out your Harry Houdini Museum. And there was a lady sitting right about there, and she got up and yelled, it's not what you think it is. Which is such a weird thing to yell. When you say, I'm going to go check out a museum tomorrow, and I was like, what do you think that I think it is? What does that mean? I know he's not going to be there. way you were confused? 30 minutes into the Harry Houdini Museum, you're like, I think I've been ripped off. Where the hell is Harold? No, I went because I wanted to go to a museum. I enjoy museums. You know, I have fun in museums. You know, where you go to a museum, you look at stuff, you read stuff, and you go, huh. That's about it. That's about the most fun anyone's ever had at a museum. But I like that. It's a quaint Saturday for me. Walk around, look at stuff, read stuff. Huh. Maybe you're with somebody. I didn't know that. And so that's what I was going to do. So I went and went to the Harry Houdini Museum. Highly recommend going, by the way, if you haven't. You know, it's really good. The only part of the museum I didn't like is they gave his tricks away. They told you how he did his magic, which I thought was lame. You know, like, don't tell me that. Just lie to me. I'm okay with being lied to in that situation. I usually respect honesty, but in that situation, just lie to me. Just go, oh no, he was magic. Like, now it's fake, but back then it was real. He was a real magic man. I can fall asleep to that. I'd be like, yeah, he was just special. Back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, people were just special, and they could break out of locks and stuff. But they didn't. They told you how he busted out of locks, and they're like they said he was able to bust out all these locks, and like he had an extra key. And it's like, just lie to me, you know? Just tell me he's magic. And then they would say, yeah, he had like all these locks and these keys, and he could hide them all over his body. He'd hide them in his hair sometimes, and tape on his wrist. And then at the bottom it said sometimes he would hide keys in his rectum. And I was like, just lie to me, man. I could have gone without that. I didn't pay $12 to find out Houdini was hiding keys in his ass. I could have gone without that, man. And by the way, when I say keys, you might be thinking you're like modern day house key. No, this is like the early 1900s. These are keys, all right? Like giant keys. I was looking at them going, I wouldn't even know which end to start on. But it was cool to learn about Houdini. I found out that for his day, he was the biggest act in the world. He would perform for thousands of people every single night. He was like Beyonce of them, you know? Big deal. And then, you know, he had all these locks he had to bust out of. And then I had that information in my head, and I'm like, I just pictured this man going out on stage. He had to do all these escape acts out of locks. I'm sure he just walked out on stage just like... I was like, I wonder if there's ever a show where something spooked him. Maybe a stagehand dropped something heavy in the back he wasn't ready for, and he's just... Just sounds like a handful of change falls on the stage. People up in the balconies, a bunch of keys just fall out of Houdini's ass. The magic is ruined forever.
What's your name?
Drew.
Drew, and it's your 24th birthday.
It is.
And you just had me sign your arm. I just did a show in front of, I'd say about 15 people, and someone asked me to sign their arm. Appleton.
Best show I've ever seen. Hands down.
I love it. I was up there the entire time going, oh my goodness. I have them, I'm losing them, I'm having them, I'm losing them. I ended up signing a kid's arm. Hell yeah.
Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. This is what it's like at the end of a road trip. You're just at a empty, small regional airport at 4 in the morning, 5 in, I don't know what time it is. I got here too early. I haven't traveled in a while. I forgot that, like, when you're flying out of a tiny airport, you just show up 5 minutes before your flight. This isn't Logan International or O'Hare or LAX. One time I showed up to a small airport so early, it was locked. And my flight was in like 30 minutes. Like, the janitor came by and unlocked the airport so I could go in. Anyway, what a weekend. We had it all. We had it all, and I just realized now that my upgrade to first class doesn't mean anything because I think I'm the only one on the flight. Still gonna take that big comfy seat though.
Oh, to hell with it.